Ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know the vibes. You already know when I say that it's an introduction. And today I am kind of excited about this. I get to sit down with not only one of my great business partners, but a very good friend of mine too. You know, a very, very, very hardworking, talented, leader in our community. And I'd like to introduce you guys to him. Goes by the name of DJ Swmp.
Hey, hey,
What's
hey,
up,
what up,
Swamp?
y'all? Appreciate the intro.
Man, look, listen, I had to be honest, man. I can't do nothing but be real. I,
Yeah, what's
I
good?
don't always get to sit down and talk to my friends. So
That's that.
it's
Yeah,
always cool to do so. But how are you?
I'm good. I'm good, man. Just dodging COVID, and just working as much as I can, and trying
Yeah,
to try to continue to build the foundation and stay on the right path.
that's right. You
Right side
you
of
you out
that.
here grinding hard too. Like and we gonna discuss how we try to transition with COVID, but kind
Sure.
of give people an idea that's about to sit down and talk and watch us talk. Tell people what you do because that's important.
Yeah. So I don't want to say I do a little bit of everything, but I'm definitely into into the more of the media game for sure.
Yeah.
I'm a DJ first off. I am part of the Fleet Coalition for
Hey, shout out to the
Ohio. I'm
fleet.
state happen to be the state manager for Ohio.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I have my own media company called It's a Swmp Thing LLC,
Nice.
where we basically help artists try to increase their promo and
Yeah,
create more awareness for their brand.
that's what's up.
Yeah, so not necessarily, people think it's a A&R. Well, not necessarily. I'm not necessarily A&R.
Mhm.
I'm just using the networks that I already have, um, and give them and put them in front of artists that might not be able to just
Yeah,
put
absolutely.
themselves in front of it. Just kind of help with that, and then that's basically it. So interviews, of
Mhm.
course, playing their music. I have a syndicated mix show called the Lunchbox Mix that I'm very proud of.
As you
It's
should be.
grown a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Yeah. And then we just started a campaign that we'll talk about here, the
yeah.
Lunchbox Mix campaign that I'm also excited about. And man, yeah,
Jack of
just
all
advocate for the
trades.
culture.
You know what's crazy, and because you my friend,
For
so
sure.
we can also have friend moments
We
during this
can, we
interview.
can, we can.
So what's crazy is I got an opportunity to meet you, of course, through my affiliation with Fleet as well.
Mhm.
But the first thing where I felt like I connected with you is you're from New Orleans, and I
Yes,
spent
yes,
pretty
yes,
much half of my life,
right,
I'd say, and especially my formative years,
right,
formative adult years in Louisiana.
yeah,
So
yeah,
tell
definitely.
us about that because you coming from the 504 and you're now
Yeah,
in the
man.
614.
Yeah,
How's
yeah,
that?
yeah. So we don't have enough time to tell the whole story, but I did. but
Just get
but
a real quick version. How about
yeah, man. So unfortunately, I had to leave New Orleans due to Katrina in
that?
2005. I mean, I went to high school there. Shout out John Mack. Went to college. Shout out Dillard University.
Dillard.
So I mean that's definitely home.
Mm-hmm.
So I did leave because of Katrina. Went to Texas like everybody else did.
Yeah.
Was able to still meet up with my family because I was living with a roommate at the time, but I was still
Okay.
able to meet my family in Houston, and they stayed there for about a day. And I said, man, I got to get out of here. I got to keep pressing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't. I
Yeah.
can't. This sucks. I get it,
Right.
but I got to
Right.
keep moving. So,
Yeah.
luckily, I was in a position where some people helped me out,
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to move to Fort Lauderdale
Okay. Okay.
within 48 hours of Katrina, and
Mm.
then that triggered into me moving to Columbus
That's
about
what's up.
maybe 5 years after Fort Lauderdale. So
Man, you got
yeah,
roots in a lot of states I've been to. That's crazy. Like,
yeah, man,
wow.
yeah, but everything happens for a reason. I definitely think it was meant for me to be here in Columbus
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
didn't really get into DJing until not heavy until I got here.
And
Uh,
and because I know the story, but what kind of got you into like DJing?
So I always love music. I mean, I grew up in the era. I mean, we both did.
Yeah.
In the era where CDs was a thing.
Yeah.
This was after the cassettes had gotten obsolete. So now we're buying CDs.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I was a big music fan. I grew
Yeah.
up a music fan. I grew up around music. So that's what I did. I collected CDs every time something came out. I was hitting the store, had a nice little collection.
Man, what? Yeah, like how
Man,
many books did you have? You remember them CD books?
man, I do, man. The
Them
CD books,
all my daggone high school years.
those used to be the joints, man. I used to have pride in them things, man.
Hey.
But yeah, man. So, but I couldn't. I'm not a writer. I don't really. Well, I did do some poetry, but I'm not, in that aspect where I can call myself serious. I don't rap. I don't sing. I don't produce. But as kind of the CD phase started to wear out,
Mhm.
and I got a little older, I definitely wanted to keep my roots in the music somewhere. I still wanted to pay homage to the culture. I just
Yeah.
didn't know how at the time.
Okay.
And so I was watching Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man, Jazzy Jeff.
Classic.
Shout out DJ Jazzy Jeff, man.
The GOAT.
Yes, definitely. I used to watch him do it, and I was like, one episode I watched, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna DJ, and I ain't looked back since.
Man, that's dope. I'm glad you didn't, because look where you are now. I definitely want to talk about where DJing has led you, because
Yeah.
like you said, you have your own company.
Mhm.
You have this campaign. And as you said earlier, your Lunchbox Mix show is syndicated. So can you give people an idea of what your mix show is, and then this campaign that's associated with it?
So in music, I'm gonna back it up a little bit if you don't
Okay.
mind.
No,
In
you
music,
good. You
I
good.
definitely think in music is a people environment. You have to
Uh-huh.
love people. You have to love to be around people, because there's a lot of things that involve multiple individuals. So
Yeah.
you can't not like people.
Personalities. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't not like people. So um, I naturally have a love for people. I don't, there's not much hate in me naturally.
Yeah.
I've been blessed to have people gravitate towards me and vice versa,
Uh-huh.
and I don't take that lightly. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So with that being said, um, the culture here in Columbus is big, the music culture.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been introduced to a lot of artists who are out here working hard. I went to a school out here. That's where it really started. I went to a school out here,
Mm-hmm.
where I kind of learned more about the industry.
Okay. Okay.
And even through that, I met other artists. And one artist in particular, Fresh Fly, I'll shout her out.
Mm-hmm.
We used to work together. She was really, really deep into the culture already. And I
Okay.
was
Okay.
still pretty new.
Uh-huh.
So she brought me to a couple shows, introduced me to a couple people, say, hey, he DJ, he this, and really just at the time maybe put me on a pedestal I hadn't deserved to be on yet, just
Okay.
to
Okay.
just to help me,
Yeah.
get to wherever I wanted to get to. And it worked, and it helped. And I was able to meet a lot of people, some big brothers and sisters along the way that knew the culture and was not afraid to share what they learned
Yeah.
with me. So that helped too. I mean, I was really, every time I talk about it, I feel blessed again, because I was really lucky, especially not being from Columbus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what
I
I
didn't.
noticed? And I guess I could kind of piggyback off what how you
Yeah,
feel.
yeah,
When I got to, matter of fact, when I got to Shreveport, that was when I was done with school, and I
yeah.
knew I wanted to do something music wise. I was kind of
Right.
jaded with the other stuff I was doing. And once I started doing radio out there, I mean, like the city really like embraced me, the area really embraced me. And me not being from there, it always kept me with like a coat of humility on, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
I could totally understand that.
yeah,
And and then you come into the situation with respect.
yeah.
So it's like, when you go into somebody's house, you speak to everybody. You
Right,
know.
right.
So if you going in like that, then people are more prone to like, you know what? Okay, yeah, come on, let me show you the way.
You're
So
absolutely right. Yeah,
I
you're
think I
absolutely
think I
right.
think I think that's what it sounds like when you telling me that's like, man, and you actually, to be honest, that's how you treat people.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah,
think about it, man.
yeah,
Like I didn't
yeah,
know nobody in Fleet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So you're right. No, you're absolutely right. That's a great way to think about it. That's really the way you're supposed to do it anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't just walk into anybody's house and open the refrigerator without asking.
Right.
Well, even if you do ask,
You ain't
I
been
think that's
yeah.
still rude. Right, right, right.
Right,
You
right.
wait for them to be like, you want something? But
Right. Right. Who is you?
yeah, right.
Right.
But no, so the lunchbox makes and I had I was able to have a radio show for a few years called Breaking Ground Radio, and I had that with my good friend Tiffany. who's doing wonderful things in the community right
Man,
now
shout
with
out
a
to
youth
Tiff. She is
program.
an
Shout out to
angel.
Tiffany. But we did that for a couple of years, and that was solely on bringing independent and local artists to a live studio with microphones and the whole 9 yards,
Mm-hmm.
and just make it all about them for that half an hour to an hour. And then we
Dope.
played their music and we posted it on social medias and all that stuff. So, that also created a foundation for the Lunchbox Mix. So once the Lunchbox Mix came around,
Mm-hmm.
it was easy to kind of build that up as quick as it has because
Yeah,
I kind of already had some bricks laid
I see.
already.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah, yeah.
process. It's a process. It really is.
What advice would you give to somebody that's listening right now to your story, like with that process?
I mean, I think we talked about it already. You got to be humble. You
Mm-hmm.
got to understand that there's people out here who know more than you,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not unwilling to share it if you do it the right way.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just, try to be out here. You can't say you're an inspiring artist and you're stuck at the house, or you don't want to go to a show or whatever.
Or you don't want to be a people person.
don't want to be a people person,
Hey man,
because you never
rappers are
know.
politicians, man. You get
Yeah,
out there,
right.
you
You
know.
just never know who's out here helping you, so or is willing to help you. So I mean,
Yeah.
Lunchbox Mix has been able to allow me to meet artists all over at this point. Not just Midwest. And we, I play a lot of their music, and we talk about different things sometimes, and we network, and might be able to introduce them to some other people in Fleet to kind of further their promo movement. So yeah, man, just doing that. I think the biggest thing, real quick, is just, and I'm only gonna bring this up because it happened today.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it didn't happen in this sort of way, but it did remind me of it. Is you also can't be, another piece of advice is you can't be afraid to go ahead and spend a couple dollars on yourself. You cannot call yourself serious and not be willing
Or
to
sometimes you'll last.
Sometimes you'll last.
Sometimes you'll last.
Sometimes you'll last. You really have to be willing to do it. And I know sometimes it's hard. Even myself, I look at that like, damn, do I really, you know what I mean? But you really have to take that leap of faith. So
That's
artists
what
out
it is.
there,
Yeah,
please.
that leap. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, please, man. If an opportunity comes your way and there is a price tag, I mean, it's a price tag for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Look at the overall
I would
picture.
say they need to just do your due diligence too with your homework. Just when you investing in yourself, then you start asking certain questions. And
listen. I had somebody who I was trying to reach out to, because we also do interviews with the Midwest Fleet as well. Every week on Thursdays. So I reached out to an artist, and she responded, but then after we finished talking, she didn't respond. But I noticed that she must have did her diligence, because she had followed me on social media. She had liked a few of my posts. You know what I mean? So she went to see exactly what I was talking about, and even if I was even telling the truth. And when I saw that, I just sat back. I sat back for two reasons. Number one, I knew that she found out I wasn't BSing, so that was cool to say, listen, I was a man of my word.
Right.
And for two, it just made me feel like what I was doing is right. I'm putting myself in a position where you could do all the backtrack checking you want. My ducks are in a row.
Right.
I'm not going to waste my time or your time.
I think that's the biggest thing that some people don't understand, because you have so many snakes. You run across so much F stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you do get what people that's like serious, it's like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
They for real.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
What's your goal? Like, I know you love music. I know you love helping people. You're a people person. But what do you want to do with your company? Like, what do you want to do with your brand and what your history, your legacy?
So eventually, I want to have a studio again. Right now, we don't have one, for multiple reasons, COVID being one of them.
Yeah.
But I do this year. I would like to be able to say I have my own building. It's a Swmp Media, and I plan on having the studio in there. I want to have some type of study session for artists, so they can feel like they can come and maybe, because a lot of times it's about environment when you're creative, right? You might need to change your environment, be in a more comfortable environment. So I want to be able to offer living room, a bedroom, something that you can sit down and really just get into your vibe and nobody's
Yeah,
gonna mess with
yeah,
you. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Uh-huh.
So I'm really looking to get that up and running. I love to start traveling, and start
Yeah.
visiting some of these artists that I talked to on a couple of my interview platforms, and really start building a bridge that way. The
Yeah.
phone is cool, Zoom is cool, and as much as COVID is hindering our lives, we still need the personal interaction.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
still long for that, and in this business, you gotta have it.
Man, I wish things would just kind of, people would just sit down for just a little bit
Yeah,
so that we can, get back to moving and shaking like we need to
yeah,
move and shake,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
with
I'm a
that
big.
with that being said, like how have you changed since COVID?
Uh, I have changed. I think the way that I've done my daily has changed.
Mhm.
I don't want to say I've dropped any habits, but I've definitely let some habits a little loose, than before.
Mhm.
Might not do as many things as I used to. I know I'm not afraid to say it, man. I love a good drink.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but I had to learn how to kind of slow that down because I
Mhm.
wasn't moving as much, so the drinks weren't going anywhere.
Right, right.
You know what I
Man,
mean?
first
So,
part of quarantine, I was fluffier than a mug. Man.
man, I was fluffy before it, so now
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was fluffier. Yeah.
yeah. So that and you could tell the difference, and I'm a lot more energetic and stuff
Yeah. Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
And then I think other than that, man, obviously it brought me closer to the family. I mean, there's some little ones that I take care of and things like that.
Yeah.
And it just kind of showed me how to structure things a little differently, prioritize a little better,
There you go.
take advantage of the day, of the hour.
Mm-hmm.
So I really try to, but there's also a balance, right? So even, I see a lot of creatives out here, and there's nothing's wrong with it. They grind, but you gotta have some zen, right? You gotta
Right.
have some zen, not to get as we talk about Buddhism or anything like that. But I do like when people say to find your chi, and if you don't know what chi means, you need to look that up. I'm not gonna explain it.
There
But
you
you
go.
got to have time to find your chi, man, because it's just going to balance everything else out.
Yep. 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 Yep.
So there's just a time for everything. So you grind your hours, grind what you need to do. But that I don't personally believe in the no sleep method.
I used to
Personally,
I used to like really live by that
really,
until like I learned how unhealthy that was. Like I was
yeah,
creating all these unhealthy like habits for myself.
yeah,
So then finally when it all caught up to me, it's like, oh, whoa,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
so I don't live by that at all. I get my rest.
You
And
got to,
another thing I changed is as far as me, I would try to push through stuff, but like if I don't feel like it, I stop. Or if
yeah,
I get out the mood, I stop because I listen to my body more. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So it's gonna tell me.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? So
definitely.
if it ain't clicking, I'm not gonna keep trying to write,
We're gonna pause this, right?
but
We're
come
gonna come
back
back
to it
back,
later.
come
Yeah.
back to it later. Yeah, and you might even find out you did better that second time around.
Promise, bro. I didn't grew up in this house, man.
Telling
You
you.
know what I
I'm
mean?
telling you. So
And
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you too, like you inspired me too, because we had plenty of conversations.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like what we want to do,
Sure.
with the, organizations we associated with, stuff like that.
Yeah,
But what we wanted to do like with our own personal brands and
for sure.
how we wanted to build that up, and just being around people like yourself is helpful for those days where it be tough, or
Yeah,
or the booking is slow. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because
yeah,
I,
yeah,
I kind of wanted you to talk about that, like how to keep going through when, because there's a lot of people that's been trying. We talk to a lot of artists.
yeah,
They might be on their 70th song.
yeah.
Keep 71, 72, 73. You know what I'm saying? So can you talk
It-
about that?
Listen, I mean, being totally transparent, I'm not about to sit up here and say I got the answer to that because I struggle every other day still.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah, just with because I still do a 9 to 5,
Mhm.
and there's people around me who I admire, who don't have a 9 to 5, just dedicated everything they have to the craft, and I'm like,
Mhm.
what am I doing wrong? How come I can't? You know what I'm saying? Every situation is different, but
Absolutely.
I mean, the only thing I can really think of is really, even if it's 2 or 3 people, man, try to have some people around you that is only going to give you good vibes.
Yeah.
and inspiration and motivation. I appreciate you saying that about me, Nisa, because I feel the same about you.
Appreciate it, bro.
I have a lazy day and look at your post and be like, all right, I'm up. Yeah, I mean, I'm up. You know what I mean? Let me get started. And I think that's what you need. I mean, you hear people say all the time about, you know, what people around you means and your circle and what that means for you, you know, what that can mean for you. And I do believe that, you know, but I would just say just if it's your passion, if it's really your dream, it's not going to come easy.
Nah, not at all. You kind of got to feel it in your gut too. I be asking a lot of people that, and especially with me almost finishing school, I be talking to my counselors and stuff. And I be asking them like, okay, so when you were doing this, did you feel it? I just asked them, did they feel it in their gut? And like every time that the answer be yes.
Yeah.
Because people tell you that, like, oh, you gonna feel it in your gut. You know, your body gonna tell you. That's another reason why I listen to my body.
Yeah. Because your body ain't gonna lie to you.
It's not, y'all, like that discernment gonna come.
Yeah.
Your body gonna let you know.
Nothing gonna let you know. But yeah, just, you know, again, just kind of, you know, just know where you have been. Know where you have been, because 9 times out of 10, wherever you are right now, it's been an improvement from where you've come from already.
Great fact.
So just kind of use that, you know, and say, you know what I mean? All right, well, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm not where I used to be.
Yeah.
You know, things have progressed. And so I'll use that a lot too for myself. And I just try to, I do a lot of self-motivation. I really do. Because again, if not, you know, I don't know if I would be sitting here with you right now. You know, I don't know if I'd be, you know, in the position I am with Fleet and all of that. The only reason why I'm in any of those places is because of the people who helped me, and being able to just not giving up.
Yeah.
No matter what, just don't give up. And I had to invest. Listen, I started off with the controller that I had. It was garbage. Just a start off point. You know what I mean? I had to buckle down and say, all right, I'm gonna just go ahead and spend this bread. You know what I mean? I've had gigs where I completely not bombed talent, but my equipment went out, computer went out,
man.
You know, things went out, and there was one experience I had maybe 2 years ago where the event that I bought that bombed so much probably could have been, if I let it, it could have been the last one I would ever did.
For real?
Yeah, it could have been the last one.
Was that bad?
It was that bad because you know, because of the people that were involved. You know, they were influencers in their own right.
Yeah. And
it was just bad. And I did lay low. But for a while, but I didn't give up. My plan was to always come back.
Man, that's what I say. If you always got a chance to get back up, just try.
Yeah.
You just never know where it's gonna lead you on that path.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So now everything that I do, I try to make sure that I'm giving back somehow, and that is where the Lunchbox Mix campaign comes in.
Okay.
You know, that's you know, so what that is I just wanted to find a way other than play artist music to say thank you, to let them know that I appreciate them even sharing their time and their music and their craft with me, and throw it on the Lunchbox Mix. It's not a one-way street. It's not all about, you know, me being able to play the mix. I mean, you had to give it to me. You had to trust me with it. You had to do all these different things. So, you know, what I did was create a campaign with shirts. I ordered mine. Mine hasn't come in yet.
Okay.
But it's just says Lunchbox Mix on it. And people can purchase the Lunchbox Mix shirts or merch. There's hoodies on bonfire.com. And when you do, each amount that's made, each amount that's paid for, I use that money to buy another bulk of Lunchbox Mix shirts, and I'm gonna hand them out to artists and things like that that I know free of charge. So that is one of the ways that I can just say thank you.
Yeah.
And so for people who want to buy those, they can definitely do it on bonfire.com or hit the link on Swmp DJ. And if they hashtag Lunchbox Mix after they take the picture of the shirt, I'll refund them their money. Just again.
So basically it's like a free shirt.
Everybody get a free shirt.
Everybody get a free shirt.
Everybody get a free shirt. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you do it. Circulate and support.
That's all it is. That's it. It's not about the money or nothing like that. It's just so that, you know, I mean, and I'll be honest with you, it's definitely so the brand can get a little more awareness.
You want it to be seen.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's for a good cause though. It's definitely for a good cause. Man, shout out to Hey, shout out to everybody who's supporting that. Make sure, and I'm gonna put a picture of the shirt and everything on Zoom. But yeah, shout out to everybody who got their shirt so far. Y'all go ahead and
Yeah,
get
for
your
sure.
shirts. Hey,
For
Swamp,
sure.
tell them what's your social so they can follow
Yeah,
you.
so SW, and I'll spell it because there's no A in Swamp. It's SWMP thing DJ. So SWMPTHING DJ. It's DJ Swmp backwards, but there's no A.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and so yeah, Twitter is the same, Swmp DJ.
Okay.
I have a Facebook, but I haven't been on there in quite a while.
That ain't where you active.
That's
You
not
know,
where I'm
being
more
busy
active.
on
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm at the
Yeah.
business and everything, and all the action happens on IG. That's
Hey.
where all the action happens. Yeah, so that, and then also OhioFleetRadio.com.
Okay.
You can get some more information about some of the mix shows that are happening on there. My lunchbox mixes on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 12 p.m. Meet the Plug is at 8 on
Hey.
Sundays.
What's up, man? We be
You know what I'm
turned.
saying? So yeah, man. So again, these it just means a lot. This really does.
You my
And I just
dog,
allow
man.
you to,
I'm glad you had a couple minutes to sit with me, talk to me about what you got going on, brother.
yeah, man. And just again, to the artists out there, man, please hit me up. Let's see what we can do to help you push your brand. I'm not promising anything. I never
We don't
do. I
make
don't
promises.
guarantee anything.
Product
But
is always different. So you can't make product promise on
right.
certain
Yeah,
things. Now, as
exactly.
far as getting that product to people
Yeah,
and exposed, of
right.
course.
Right.
The
I mean,
results are on you.
yeah. I mean, but the good thing is, I mean, just you and I, we're two people of hundreds plus DJ coalition that's
Man,
all over the United States.
everywhere.
So,
And we
if you
keep
do,
adding stuff. We
it's,
not even it's not just DJs. That's the crazy thing.
that's the thing.
It's
That's the
everything.
thing.
So your music could be, we got people in TV. You know what I'm saying? You just never know who could hear what and be like, hey, I need that for this. And then you get you a
Yeah.
royalty check.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I see it all the time, man. We was in the group the other day and everybody, about one of the artists that we promoting, and
Oh yeah.
their CEO was a really, really known, legendary
Yeah.
CEO, and
Yeah.
he was definitely in that. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you just
Yeah.
never know who you come across. So,
You don't.
being able to connect with somebody like Swamp is what I'm telling you is a great thing.
Yeah, definitely. And shoot me an email too at djswampthing.fleetdjs@gmail.com. That's DJ Swampthing. I know, right?
Hey, I'd never give out that email. It's so hard
Huh?
to say. I
Man,
never get my
I
email right.
know, I know. But that's on my IG too. So if you just go to the IG at the bio, I think it's there. Send me
Click on
some
the
music.
link. Just click on the link.
Yeah, just click on the link.
Yeah.
Definitely shoot me some music, folks. And when I mean music, no links. And that's another thing. That's another conversation.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that another thing.
We have to have like we'll have to do
Form.
one of these where we give artists tips on
Yeah.
how to
Yeah.
really, really take advantage of having DJs
Yeah.
service your music.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because it's the steps aren't really a lot, but they could be the definition of you expanding your network or not.
Yeah, yeah.
It really can.
Hey, I'm gonna be taking advantage of you utilizing your services very soon. Once I finish my music stuff. So
Yeah, for sure. By that time, man, we'll have some stuff on the road. I just finished a blueprint promo pack.
Okay.
And I'm kind of shopping that around. I might let you check it out too, just to kind of give me like some feedback.
Okay. I got you.
About it if it's something that you feel like it'd be worth, or what. I know we're recording, you can edit. I ain't worried about that.
Nah, we
I
got you. I got you.
No, seriously though. And the mission statement, I got that blueprint too. So I mean, it's not the vision is not going to be just, I don't know how to say it. Like there's going to be a lot of
you got a lot. It sounds like you got a lot of moving parts that make the whole thing work.
Well, I think I just want it to be as professional as possible. Absolutely. So you're right in that aspect, but I think the method to the madness is just about it being professional.
And it's no worries with that with you. That's the one thing. I hope that people, if they've watched this video this far, I hope they really, really understand that we don't have to worry about anything. Like sometimes y'all gonna get out here and y'all gonna have to do business with people and you're gonna send them some money. And
Yeah.
it's like, WTF is going on with my money?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like that feeling. So I try my hardest to be transparent about what's going on with your money. And that's what I like about working with somebody like you. I don't have to worry about that.
Right.
It's a couple people, some people that we send artists to each other for interviews and stuff like that. Sure. I don't have to worry about nothing.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Likewise.
You know what I'm saying? And so when you, and I'm just saying this for the people that's watching, especially the artists, like be mindful of that. When somebody do good business with you, try to do repeat business, because when you get out there and think that the grass gonna be greener with this other person, it's some snaky. It's a lot of snakes in that green grass. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And just going back to what we said earlier about the whole, doing the diligence thing and all of that, once you've done that, then you said, okay, I'm gonna give this person a shot. Try, and I think we're both, well, I'll speak for myself. I know I'd be guilty of it, not on purpose. It's just, because there's something that's always happening. Yeah. But try not to make whatever we just did in business the last time we connect, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like there's a couple of artists that I text every now and again just to check on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or see what they got going on, or like what they got
there's something like a rock that be no charge. You've already, I appreciate your
relationship,
but I want to relate there. See?
That's all it is. I love that. I love checking on, and especially people who have invested because they took their dream serious and they're like, you know what? Let me holla at Nisa. Like, to me, that's and it for other people watching, they might be like, oh, this girl too humble, but I don't care. It's a humbling experience for me because it's like, dang, you value my expertise in this lane. So I try to make sure that I can deliver on what I promised. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Are we magicians? Nah. Right. But I'm at least do the work and then I'm gonna follow up because it's exciting. Especially, it's a lot of artists that I work with or did music with or feature with. Man, they're huge.
Yeah.
And then I might have stopped doing music. Yeah. Remember you was talking about stopping?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got low and then you came back and did what you're supposed to do. See, that's an inspiring thing because I be thinking about a lot of people I know.
Yeah.
That when I was, they own, and that could be discouraging too.
Yeah. Yeah, they can be. But that and that's
that has nothing to do with me.
You're right. And so we talked about this too. You can't be on social media too long watching other people's stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's a depressant. It's a drug and it's a depressant drug.
Man, I be having people hit me up like, all right, and especially if you my friend, you already know I hype my friends up. We on. If you having a bad day, 9 times 10 you gonna call me because I'm gonna remind you of who the F you are.
Yeah,
that's my saying. And so I be having having conversations with a lot of people, and they're getting discouraged, or like my friends will hit me up like, well, how'd you set up this for your Zoom? And I'm like, hey man, just do it. Because if I look back at my first episode. You remember when when I was first talking about doing these?
Yeah.
I have 7 of these.
That's man. Listen, that's so funny you said that because I was watching the one you did with 6th Street, and then I watched like one that was 2 or 3 months back, and it wasn't even just the environment; it was you, the whole thing. Your presence, the way that you talk, your energy, all that was different.
I was so nervous at first, bro.
The confidence got better. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that's how it's supposed to go. It's just with all experience. And you're right. To have people who are gonna give you a shot at that young experience means a lot.
You gotta go for it. You cannot not take that opportunity, especially when you don't have a lot of opportunities. Yeah. And that's why I want people to remember. Like, okay, if you have an idea. And you got you could do this on your phone. So somebody out here right now that wants to vlog, podcast, and all that, do it on your phone and just upload it, and that'll be your practice. And then you begin, if you get the dislikes or the likes or whatever, that's gonna people don't like this, cool. But what do you like about it, or what do you like about how you growing, or what do you want to try?
And you got to work around it too, because listen, just on that point right there, there's been more than one occasion where I've had to, and I keep taken it off my phone because I don't want to get too cluttered. But if I'm at work and I have an interview to do and I know I'm not going to make it to the house.
Yeah.
So I download the app again to record the phone conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And again, about being transparent, I let the artist know. I said I was trying to get at the studio. I'm still at work. I'm still in the car.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hold up your time. And that's another thing. I take people's time seriously as well.
Man.
So if you set an 8 o'clock date, 9 times out of 10, you probably got something else to do at 8:30. So I don't want to tell you, can you give me 15, 20 minutes? You know, I've asked for 5 minutes at a time and was lucky enough to get that. But I've sat in my car, still in my work environment, and done an interview because I knew it'd be 20 minutes before I get to the crib.
Gotta do what you gotta
do. It just like that, you know, because I take it seriously. Mm-hmm. I appreciate the artists to give me their time and they take it seriously and stuff. Mm-hmm. And this is something that they care about. Mm-hmm. You know, these people, a lot of these artists, they're not just getting on the phone. We're just not chopping it up about whatever. Yeah. They're trying to create some awareness. And somebody told them, or they did enough research that they think and they feel comfortable enough to talk to us. In order to help build that awareness.
Yeah, that's real, man. You dropped a lot of gems tonight. You can't give them all away free. So they gotta come to your page, okay? And they also need to go ahead on and support this Lunchbox Mix campaign. Get your shirt because I'm ready to get my hoodie. I order my hoodie.
Man,
in Ohio.
Please support it. Please support it because if and the goal is 50, and if 50 pieces don't get sold, then they won't make the shirts and nobody gets charged. Good thing. Nobody gets charged, but more importantly, the shirts don't get made.
So we gotta get it
starting from ground zero again.
Gonna get them out there. Hey, and if we just gonna get them out there. I ain't finna say that. I do want to say thank you though. Thank you for spending some time with me chopping it up.
Lisa, come on,
dropping some gems.
Act how high.
You know,
it's all good. It's all
good. Anything else you want to say to the people before we check out?
Yeah, just lastly, man, just thank you to all the artists and everybody that's worked with me thus far. This is something that I'm serious about as well, this craft, but I'm more serious about you guys, man. Like I said, I just love the people and I want to see people do well. I want to see them succeed. You know what I'm saying? And if we have to do it through, it's the Swmp Media. That hat,
look at
Ohio license plate. Yeah, man. But thank you, Lisa, for allowing me, because you interview a lot of people, and I know we're in a position, you and I, where you could have said no to this.
Hey, man, I would never.
So I appreciate you.
I would never. Wouldn't never.
That's it.
But I appreciate you, brother.
For sure.
And we're gonna keep rocking and rolling. And artists, make sure that you tap in with us. Because it's the network of people and the places I think that's the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I literally can hop in a room on my phone and talk to somebody who has influence in a state that I've never been to.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, can I send you this record? It's fire. Yeah, I'll send it to me and I'm gonna play it. Like that type of stuff, really, to me, is important because coming from the artist side as well, I know how much it costs just for a campaign for one record.
Yeah.
This is tough. And so for independent artists, we try, a lot of the artists I come across, they don't have them budgets.
Yeah, no.
You gotta make what you have work and stretch. So being able to stop in one spot is always a great thing.
Yeah,
so it's a swamp thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a swamp thing.
That's what it's gonna do. Y'all stop and shop with my boy. He gonna make sure you straight. He does great business.
No doubt.
I appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Man, listen, we will see y'all next time, ladies and gentlemen. I enjoyed this again. Make sure you go follow my guy, Swmp, and you already know it is what it is. Meet the plug. We out.
It is what it is.
Hey.
The money, the game ain't the same, but damn, I love it. It's a drop.